Listen, the reason why I say it like this is because I want people to get get a very clear understanding when we talk about snitching and actually just giving people the heads up on what they were involved in. Now, Uncle Murda and Maino were involved in nothing. Meaning that they didn't come there to get into it with some people. They had beef with nobody. So when we speak on that part, we're speaking on their participation in the event. Nobody snitching, nobody putting information on anybody. So when they're out talking about it, they have a right to speak on what they know about it. Because they were there. And their name was getting thrown around. But I'll let y'all listen to them and get their word from it. You can hear from the horse's mouth, not from Carcino's mouth. So this is Maino and Uncle Murda talking about why they've been on the move they've been doing.
It was a lot of negativity, with the recent events that happened in Urban Plaza.
Yeah.
And everything. And our names were thrown around in a more like negative way, which we didn't have nothing to do with it. The police
definitely
cleared it up, NYPD cleared it up. So it was having negative effects on us outside of that. Like, club owners didn't want to book us.
Right.
Certain venues trying to kick us out. But so I said, Merck said to me, man, we got to start really taking a stand and really, us being the bigger homies and being more on the forefront, we got to start, doing things to help the situation.
Let's try to get a problem before it happened. Or,
Exactly.
we hear about certain things, we could get to it before it go out of control.
Well, how do you mean? Like, what? So if you would have known, if you would have got word that somebody was going to be in a
problem. Oh, yeah, subscribe to Carcino for life,
I felt like I could have, or him, or anybody that was in that room that was
definitely together. There's just certain things that we could stop. Not saying that it's going to be stopped, for good, but at certain venues and at certain places, things like that shouldn't happen.
So what we did was we took a lot of because Brooklyn got a lot of young new energy, right? A lot of young new artists coming out of Brooklyn. So we took a lot of them and put them all in one room. A lot of these guys coming from the street. A lot of them come from street backgrounds, gang backgrounds.
Some of them have problems with each other.
Exactly.
Or their people's got problems with their people.
Definitely.
We put them together in one room and just basically try to give them the understanding of choices and decisions. If you're trying to be in the music business, which is a corporate environment, you're trying to be in the entertainment field, then you have to leave some of that at home. You understand? You need to make the transition.
How does that received?
It was received very well because it was real talk. It wasn't the peace and put your guns down. It's the more logical understanding. Listen, I'm not trying to.
Here's how you handle. Here's
exactly.
It's your decision. What you gonna do?
Right. Definitely.
Right.
What you gonna do?
That's like the big homie, little homie program. That's supposed to happen.
Exactly.
We got to start doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So you were inspired by what happened that night?
Right.
Definitely.
And plus by all the negative press that we were getting and how it kind of put a bad look on us. And we just sat and talked with each other.
Not to mention the person lost his life that we
exactly.
know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It was just unfortunate for everybody, the whole situation. So we wanted to do something positive and basically motivate a lot of these younger dudes and say, listen, you're on the right road. But at the same time, no one understand that this is a business. This is a corporate environment. You got to learn how to move and such. Don't believe all the stories you heard about me. At the end of the day, we out here doing business.
Definitely.
Shout out to Fila. Shout out to Audi. We out here moving in a different way. You understand?
That's right. Yeah, I hear that. I haven't seen or spoken to you guys since that happened.
Definitely.
And I did. First of all, there were a lot of things being said in the media like that were just as fact.
Right.
First, that was that you had a problem with Troy.
No. And that was not true.
Never.
That's how the story was first being presented in the press.
I didn't even know they could do that.
That they could just say whatever they want. Really, you didn't know that could happen.
You know what, Angie? I've been in the news lots of times for false things, but this took it to a whole nother level. Like nothing that they reported about me and this man was
definitely
true. And it was just like on TV,
going hard
on the news, and I'm like,
not like allegedly, like saying it as fact, right?
Because usually when you see a lie or a rumor, if you look close enough to it, you'll find some truth in it. It was just straight false.
No truth in it at all.
Couldn't believe that.
Even the police knew it was no truth in it, but still doing certain things. But even the police knew, like, it was no involvement with me and Maino at all.
But one of the things that infuriated me, first of all, I hated that the whole thing happened, of course.
Indeed.
People, lives lost and stuff like that. And was the police commissioner calling like this happens at rap. This is rappers and thugs and like this happens at every hip hop event or every rap event that something goes on.
The rap event every night.
It was such like a dated, just whack mentality that was really surprising that somebody would be that comfortable to say that comfortably on TV. So there was a lot about that, and even T.I. caught some of some of his shows got canceled behind it.
He lost a lot of money behind it.
He clearly had nothing to do with it. But what can you tell me about that night?
To be frank,
just happened so fast.
I just heard some shots.
That's it.
Hit the deck. That was that. Like I got low. I didn't know what was going on. You know, my peoples pulled me out of the room so fast that I lost my shoes. I hurt my foot.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was in there with no shirt on. Like it was just crazy. It just happened so fast.
People were pulling your shirt, or what? How does that happen?
No, I had took my shirt off anyway. I was hot, so we was about to hit the stage.
There was a lot of people in one room.
Right. Tip was going to bring us out on his set. We wasn't opening up for him. So he was going to perform, and right in the middle of his show, he was going to bring us out. We was going to perform favor for favor, do our yellow tape thing. And, you know, we needed that. That was a great look for us.
Definitely.
Some shots rang out, and it was just pandemonium. So in those instances, you never really know what's going on because everything is happening so fast.
Shots firing. I mean, the lights going off and on in the room. I mean, my first reaction really was just to get back and just kind of see what's going on. You know, just make sure you don't run into a bullet first. And then,
get out of homes. Bro.
Exactly.
And I told the police, I said, listen, man, they keep asking me about what happened. I said, listen, I don't know how, you're a trained professional, aren't you? I don't know how it is for you.
Is this how you talk to the police?
Exactly. I don't know how it is for you when you hear shots. Maybe you react differently because you are a trained professional. But when I hear them, I get out the way. You understand? I'm not looking to see what's going on. I'm looking to get away from the noise because it could be coming close.
Yeah. And then, well, I guess also because some of the reports were that the girl who got shot was your girlfriend.
Right. She was with me.
She was with you.
She was with me. She was a young lady with me.
And so she wasn't near you. You weren't near her when
she was standing right behind me.
Oh my gosh! So what did you do? You freak out? Does that mean?
Well, it was. Here's the thing. It really bothered me. That part really bothered me more than a lot of other things.
Because you brought her.
She was with me. She was on my watch. She was somebody that yo, what you doing? You ain't doing nothing. Come, we got this concert. Me and Murda gonna come out with Tip. We gonna have fun. Whatever. It's all good. Come by the studio. We gonna shoot over there. We gonna have fun. It's a cool day. You know. The fact that happened on my watch really bothered me.
No, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Have you spoke? How is she okay with you?
Because I mean, listen, I'm a real dude, so it's like she got me. You understand? Forever when it comes to that, like I'm gonna be there in any and every capacity because it's the right thing to do. You feel me? Like I had a problem with them because they wouldn't want to. They didn't let me get to the hospital, and it was just so much. And then the fact that she was there with me and by herself, she wasn't there with no family members. She wasn't there. I didn't bump into her there. Like
you were the one you felt
right.
You should have.
And this is what I was trying to explain to them. Like this is really bothering me.
Yeah. And then they wouldn't let you go see her.
After a while, they did. You know, because
were you in custody? Like were you official? Were you arrested?
No. Not at all.
So how can they tell you where to be or not be?
Because they wanted, when something like that happens, they want to keep people on the scene. I couldn't leave the scene because she was shot. So I had to tie my belt around her leg. And I had my people call the paramedics. The paramedics came, the police. So they don't know what's going on. They want answers. They trying to find out things. I'm trying to, make sure she's good. They let me go eventually, but then they wanted me to come down and give an official statement. I'm like, I don't need to come to no police and give no statement.
It's a fine line, right? Between how much you can say and not say.
Right, like what?
Yeah.
But it's not like I really could give you. It's not like I know anything other than listen. I heard shots and I got low. That's that. You know.
And you know the guy who lost his life, right?
Yeah.
Were you there when that happened? Or
It all happened
in the same. It was
same time.
I guess you think like in a movie, like it took mad long 10 minutes, but really this.
But I saw him on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah.
And you've been wildly supportive too of Troy.
Yeah, definitely, man.
And so
Troy Ave,
I know you did the mixtape.
Yeah.
And so have you spoken to him?
Nah. But I spoke to Hovain a few times. Shout out to Hovain.
And so when the initial stories came out that you and Troy had problems, this was
irking me.
Yeah, we have to.
And
do you even reach out then? Because sometimes that could then make somebody feel like, yo, did I miss something?
They know, but
did I have a problem with
but they even knew it wasn't us. So I don't think you got to reach out on that. Like, yo, we good. 'Cause, I mean, they kind of know that wasn't no issue.
Right.
But you want to be very careful on how you approach the media because you don't want nothing misconstrued.
Definitely.
So we put out one statement that I let my lawyer go over it, look at it before we put it out, because you want it to be one voice. You want it to be so that everybody else can just pick it up. You don't want to start doing interviews over here, and then something be changed and they try to use it against you.
Did you worry too at the beginning because they were saying because they had put your names in it, and then T.I. brought you to the show?
Right.
Did you worry that he was going to think that maybe you had?
I called him. He called me like I was still on the scene. He was calling me immediately. He must have still been like downstairs. Yo, you good? You all right?
Yeah, he was. I had seen him.
Right, he was downstairs. Right, boom.
Yeah.
So I spoke to him like right after numerous times. I put him on the phone with Shorty.
So he knew, right?
So he knew, you know what I mean? Basically, that it didn't have nothing to do with us. It was just a media police thing. You know what I'm saying? It was just media, really.
Unbelievable. And so from that, you decided to then...
Yeah, because it was just a bad look, and it just make you realize how, like, one mistake or one bad choice, one bad decision can affect everybody. Like, it could affect the whole hip-hop game. Like, damn near, really.
Or even being
it make us look bad, just the wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
So, and just go back to making the right choice, the wrong choice, them decisions.
Right.
And just with realizing that and seeing that, it was like, yo,
right.
At least if we could stop it to a certain degree from people we know that we could touch, let's put that together and do that.
Yeah, we feel like we needed to make some sort of an effort in basically, communicating with a lot of these young up and coming artists that want to be in the game. You understand? Because I know what it feels like to be a foot still in the street with your dreams in front of you. And every day is a struggle because it's not happening fast enough. You want this guy to play your record. He didn't do it. He promised you this. And then
you got old habits that you still trying to break.
And then you got old situations
friends
that you just can't get away from because it is what it is. So it's like, listen, brothers, nobody telling you what to do and what not to do, but understand that if you're trying to get in this game, then every man lives and dies in his own iniquity. So what you do may have an adverse effect on other people around you. So just be conscious of what you're doing. Understand that some of this stuff we can put behind us.
I love that.
Yeah.
Look at y'all.
Yeah.
Trying to grow up a little bit.
Look at you growing up.
Yeah.
You're like two different people from a month ago when I saw you.
We was promoting Yellow Tape, man.
I mean, all right. You was in a different zone. You was in a different place.
So, there you go. You guys can go listen to a full interview, but I just wanted to give you the gist of what was going on from that situation. Now you see how close they were to the situation, so they have a right to speak on it because their name was thrown out there bad. And this is why I tell people right there, it's freedom of speech, but watch what you say. Now, if you're saying something that's truthful, that's fine. But if you're just doing something just to rip apart somebody just cause, then it's unjust. You're just doing it and you're just going to create a problem for yourself. I don't know if y'all know the Philly Goon, the guy I did the interview with from Philly, my homie. Yeah, apparently him and somebody else on social media got into it. And he went like really hard on him, and they caught him at the barbershop and beat him up, and they made memes all about it on social media. I just hope he alright. I said I'll hit him up tomorrow or something to make sure he alright. I already saw that he had a broken ankle, so I sent out get well soon. And he's a righteous dude. Like when I talk to him, he 100. He always keep it 100 with you when you talk to him. On social media, that person, he gets a little reckless. But, like, in real life, he's, he keep it more 100 than most of these cats out here. But I've seen social media go crazy on him. Like, good for him. He deserved it. I'm like, Jesus. He must have really rubbed some people the wrong way. So, I just wish him a speedy recovery. And that's that. But back to this situation, all you guys have really written him into a corner. It was dudes out in the East Coast telling me, man, that ain't nobody but Maino's people. I mean, they was straight up, the seconds it happened, trying to implicate this man. And he told you he was right there trying to save this girl's life. And probably did by being smart enough to take his belt off, wrap it around her leg, to kind of cut off some of the circulation and trying to keep her alive, in that situation and save her leg. It's a good thing he did it. She probably scarred and she's probably going to sue the place and get a lot of money because that shouldn't have happened. But this is what I'm talking about. If you're going to be a rapper, be a rapper. If you're going to be a gangster, be a gangster. But you're going to mess up the money for everybody. Now, nobody going to be able to eat. T.I. had to suffer from that. Maino and Uncle Murda had to suffer from that. People don't want to book nobody whose name is on the marquee and then there's a shooting. Meek Mill just suffered that. He went as far as to say it didn't happen. Those dead bodies, they ain't dead. I'm like, wow. To try to put it out there that people was trying to sabotage his career. So it's ego, pride, whatever it is, man, just learn how to deal with it like a man. I'm out.